Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome back to some more Overwatch. Today we're gonna be playing a couple of games with one of my favorite heroes in the game, even though he's considered to be a little bit weak. Today we're gonna be playing a couple of matches with Zenyatta. I also have the Ifrit skin available on him, which looks absolutely amazing. I mean, just the basic attack animation of, Zenyatta is just my favorite in the game, but this skin just looks so damn cool. Anyhow, there is sadly a little bit of an issue currently in the game with Zenyatta, and on the competitive level, on like the professional scene, he is actually the least played hero currently by far. In fact, in the recent tournaments, he did not get picked a single time. Now, most of the heroes do have a place in the game, and I think that Zenyatta does as well. As a matter of fact, back in the day, he used to be one of the most popular characters in competitive, but sadly, right now, he isn't there anymore. And that is ever since he's got a nerf back in, I believe, March. Basically, we've got two orbs. We've got an orb of discord as well as an orb of harmony. And I can use both of those to basically control the flow of combat. However, back in the day, they would last until either you would die or until the hero would die. But currently they've changed that up so that after losing line of sight after 3 seconds, you will basically return the orb towards you. So in the past, right, you could for example put the orb of discord on say an enemy flanker like Tracer or Genji or whoever, and you would be capable of basically tracking where their movement was gonna be. Now right now, sadly, that is not possible anymore. After, 3 seconds, the orb will return to you, which makes it really difficult to control the enemy movement, and it really did make him significantly weaker. While the nerf didn't seem that significant at first, it really does come into play right now as far as the competitive level goes. Now obviously, we are just simply playing a good old quick match here, so he's definitely still viable, but we gotta be careful. We only have a handful of health, and I'm always gonna be hanging around in the backside. I really don't want to be too close to the enemies, because only a couple I can take out in one-on-one combat. Now, like I said, Orb of Harmony heals up my allies, Orb of Discord damages my enemies. I can only have one of those orbs on any given hero, at a given time. So there's only one really that I can go ahead and use. And, or I can only have one of each, I should clarify. On any of the enemies, oh my god, on any of the allies and enemies available. Now, I have 100 health. That is completely in shields, and 50 that is going to be in HP. So that does mean that I regenerate out of combat extremely quickly. The scary part, however, is obviously that I only have 150 health in total. So like one headshot, generally speaking, is gonna be a kill. And speaking of which, I did just take an arrow to the face. Back when I used to be a traveler like you guys, no, sorry, that's an arrow to the knee. I tried, but you just die very, very quickly, and that's just part of Zenyatta. Now, I'm thinking that they are going to be buffing him probably in the near future, just because he really is considered to be a little bit too weak, and sadly, that makes him difficult to pull off, at the very least if you plan on playing at a very high level. But he is still extremely fun to play. Like I said, he's one of my favorite characters in the game for sure, and he's really, really fun. It's just a shame that he's currently not considered to be super powerful at all. Now, we do have our ultimate here, ready to go, and you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and activate it here to make sure that my allies don't end up dying there. Basically, what happens is that we turn invulnerable ourselves while healing up everyone in a big circle around ourselves. I'm gonna need some healing. Thank you very much, Mercy. But sadly, man, the scatter arrow right there in the corner of the little bridge, I guess it was, does just actually end up killing me. That's actually extremely well done. Very, very nice bounce there by their Hanzo. Alrighty, so we are getting back into the combat right now. However, they have been escorting like champions. They've been doing an extremely good job at it, and I feel like I'm a little bit vulnerable right now. I mean, I'm all by myself. Really don't want to be there. Now, one of the things to note, by the way, as far as compositions go, where this hero does really shine, is when you have a second healer. Like, there's definitely some benefits to, for example, running with a Symmetra as well, or for example, a Torbjorn too. But, you definitely don't want to have him as the only support on your team, I would say. So right now, for example, we are running with another Mercy, who is going to be a dedicated healer, and I do like that quite a little bit. Now, I'm trying to just simply rain the damage down, and that is exactly where we shine. That is exactly where we are going to be most helpful. We just simply have to try and, keep as many of the enemies alive, or as many of the allies alive, while killing as many of the enemies as possible. And that's really where we are super, super good. We're like a mix between a healer and a damage dealer, and out of all of the damage dealers in the game, or all of the healers in the game, or support, I guess, we are definitely the most, the most helpful one. Oh man, I tried healing him up there. Sadly, I didn't see where the position of him was. And sadly, oh man. Man, oh man. There is indeed chaos, alright. Oh, once again though, it's pretty scary. I got my ulti here ready to go, so I can go ahead and activate it. I'm just gonna go ahead and activate it right now to try and keep everyone alive. As well as myself, that is. Otherwise, I definitely would have died, and I think at this point in the game, I'm more helpful alive than dead. Even though I may have been waiting for the perfect opportunity. Now, one of the nice things that you can do with Zenyatta, and one of the main ways he is very helpful in team situations, is that if you save the ultimate for example, one of the enemy's ultimates. So say you see a Riptire come in, or no, not so much a Riptire actually, but say you see like a big push come in, that is really where you can go ahead and use the ulti to sort of counter a lot of the incoming damage. So for example, a Diva ulti, or, you know, any of the big damage dealing ultis in the game in general. Even, oh man, I gotta be so careful, man. That Hanzo is terrifying. That Hanzo is absolutely terrifying because he's dealing so much damage to us. Did just end up doing quite a little bit of work to him. But sadly, I did not see the Spirit Dragon come in my direction, and I do end up falling. Anyhow, we have tried our very best here to slow down the enemies to the best of our abilities, but so far, I am not too convinced about this situation anymore, and it looks like they are gonna go ahead and escort the payload all the way towards the objective, meaning that they do pick up the victory. So we have to go ahead and redeem ourselves here, because we did play rather well, but it was not quite enough to, you know, obtain the victory here. He's just so much fun to play, though. Alright, looks like the Riptire this time around gets the play of the game. Oh man, it's actually our allied one, and he does end up killing all of the enemies pretty much, which temporarily set them off, but sadly was not enough to pick up the victory. Alrighty, and for the second match, we find ourselves on the second round on Nepal. Now, it looks like the allied team ended up losing the very first round, so we'll have to see if we can make the difference. Alrighty. Time to get moving. Now, as far as potential buffs go, I mean, there's obviously an option to always debuff one of the other heroes, which I guess would be a fix as well. But I would really like to see a buff to this hero instead. And I think the main thing that this hero is lacking, and that's preventing it from being one of the, you know, most played ones, is the fact that he really does lack mobility. So, oh man. We really do lack mobility, right? And that's what makes this hero so very difficult to play. I'm super low. Oh man, I need to run. I need to run and grab myself some healing. Oh man. Gotta once again watch out here for the deflect. But we still have the objective in our favor, so all is good. But it's really like, if we look at the most played characters that are available in Overwatch, and, you know, the ones that you see the most on the competitive level, it's pretty clear that they are older characters that, you know, also are the most mobile. And I think that's sort of what this hero lacks. Since we only have 150 HP, and we really have no way of winning a duel other than hitting all of the orbs to the face, it's very difficult to make him work. And I think that would be, if there would be a way to say, for example, like double jump, or, you know, do something fancy with that and like quickly dash around or something, I think that would be really cool. Anyhow, it's hard to obviously say what exactly it is he is lacking. But that, for example, is one of the ways we can easily die. I mean, we literally took one little hit there. Poof, and we died. Like 100% dead. And with that, the enemy team did just manage to capture the objective. It looks like pretty much everyone in the team has died. I nearly have my ultimate ready as well. Okay, there we go. Giving it the Orb of Harmony from quite a little bit of distance, but like I said, he's gonna lose line of sight, and it's gonna be returning to me after a couple seconds. Alright, nice. Trying to heal up here. I got my ulti. Anyone need heals? Anyone need heals? Well, they do. But sadly, they did just drop the beat right as we got in there as well. Doing quite a little bit of work, though. Obviously, the Orb of Discord, by the way, helps out for my allies as well. Like, they will also be able to do increased damage. And with that, we managed to just return the objective in our advantage. So that's very, very nice. Now, I'm a little bit low on HP once again. Gotta try my very best here to make sure that we start pushing onwards. Oh, man. We gotta be careful. Woo! Make sure that we push onwards. Oh, man. Whoa, we actually followed, or we actually fell into the ultimate here. Oh no, come on, dude. We actually fell into the ultimate there from the other side of the wall. Man, oh man. But yeah, that, you know, I can't do anything about that. Now, they did just manage to grab the objective. Obviously, we can still try and come back here. It would definitely be necessary. This is a close round, though, so far. Oh, man. Super low. Super low. Oh, man. Two shots there from there. McCree immediately took me out for most of my life. And that is really what the weakness is, I guess. Like, we just lack mobility because of the low amount of HP we have. It's super difficult to keep on playing here and to keep on moving onwards. Okay, nice. We did get the break it down, the sound barrier of Lucio just now. Hopefully this will allow us to start pushing into the objective. Did get a kill there, and we did just obtain the objective in our advantage. That's very, very nice. Now we just need to push him away. Just need to push him away here. Make him not be on the objective. And indeed, we did manage to grab the advantage there. And we did take round number 2 in our favor. Now, would I say that this hero is too weak when it comes to playing quick matches? No, definitely not. You can play him on quick matches just fine. As long as you're, you know, controlling him reasonably well, all is good. But it would just be cool to see like an even split between most of the heroes, at the very least in the game. You know, in the competitive scene, you know, that would be really, really cool. Ideally, all of their heroes in the game have their place. And obviously, since we're still really at the beginning of Overwatch, the balance will be one of those things that is gonna be very, very important right now. It won't ever be perfect, obviously. There's always gonna be heroes that gonna, you know, I just simply see less play. But, if we try to obtain a solid balance, and at the very least, you know, get a point where all of the heroes are playable, it definitely would be great. Now, sadly, we did just take a couple of rockets. Oh, man. They've actually come this far out of the base just to try and do some damage to us. Man. I was stuck between two heroes there, and there is no way I could really take any of them out. Tried my very best to deal some damage, but I think they may very well be able to pick up the victory here as well. Although, yeah, there's just none of my allies on the objective, and sadly, that is going to be a GG once again. We really need to go ahead and win one. That'd be cool. Alrighty, let's see if we can redeem ourselves on Ilios. We really do need to pick one up, right? Okay, we're gonna be attacking the very first objective. We need to make sure we capture this one. We've lost 2 games in a row now. I really don't want to have another one, okay? So, it's time to focus. It's time to start grinding them out. It's time to make sure we obtain the victory here. Always want to make sure I back out right when I have below half of my health. Like, obviously, I can regenerate half of it quite easily. The rest, however, is a little bit more complicated. Now, oh, man, so close. He's so close to dead. Oh, man. Now, so far, this very first round is definitely going pretty well. We've got the advantage right now as far as the objective goes. And we also did manage to just grab it from the enemy. So that's very, very helpful. Now, there is a rip tower at this point in time, which may be a little bit scary. Obviously, we've got to make sure we get back towards the objective. Man, are there a lot of enemies now, though. I'm a little bit worried of being too close in there, because, like I said, one hit of anything can basically kill me. Although, there we go. If you can get a kill like that, that's super helpful. Alrighty, ulti time. Let's get on the objective, boys. Very nice. Very, very good. Alright, so that helped out a lot, actually. Just managed to heal all of my allies back to full health. Although, I wish I could have had that a couple seconds earlier. That would have been nicer, but hey, we can't have all of it. We can't have all of it. As long as we capture the objective, all is good, right? And I've noticed that I tend to like save up. There we go. I tend to save up a lot of the ultis on these kind of maps when it really doesn't have any use whatsoever. I mean, Ilios obviously is a control-based map where after this one we do go to the next round. And it basically means that we're not gonna be getting any more use of the ultimate charges that we've had so far. Woo! That was a close one. Real close one. Almost did just end up dying there. Okay, we're just falling out here to heal back up. But it looks like we've obtained the very first round in our advantage. Nice. Alrighty, we just gotta win one more round. I'm ready, I'm ready. Gotta make sure we win this, because otherwise I look like a noob, and we don't want to look like a noob, right? Looking like a noob, generally speaking, is not worth it. Anyhow, I'll go ahead and just give my Orb of Harmony to whoever is going to need it, and we're gonna start raining a little bit of damage. Obviously, it's hard sometimes to say exactly where the enemies are gonna be located, and I really don't want to be too close in the combat either, but we can oh man. Woo! We just got turned around into his tummy. I mean, he literally hooked me from the back, and I did not oh man. I did not realize that would be bad. Well, obviously, as you can imagine, if you have, you know, only 150 hit points, that does make a hook pretty much game over. I mean, 150 hit points and no way to be mobile obviously makes that a pretty tricky situation. Although, it looks like, so far, this is looking alright. This is looking alright. We still have not lost the objective, and all of us have managed to get back towards the objective ourselves as well. Looks like the enemies, though, are trying to do the same thing here. We're once again hanging around in the back, raining some of these orbs, trying to get them, and we're very close to capturing the objective, and we did just manage to do so. Very, very good. Don't want to get fallen behind that trap of them previously again. One of the heroes is currently up on the high ground, but nice move there by their Junkrat, though. He knew exactly where I was gonna be located. Like, he just threw his mind forward right there, right at the perfect time as well, and just hit me in the face. Nothing I can do to stop that either. So maybe you do end up dying a little bit more often on this hero than you will on other ones, but that's alright, right? Like, obviously, oftentimes you are gonna be, you know, better on certain heroes than on other ones, but obviously, you're basically always going to die more often on the low HP heroes. Now, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, he just got pushed by Lucio. That's what happened there. I was gonna say, like, I'm not entirely sure why he just jumped down into the pit. Nice little usage, though, of our Lucio's ulti, allowing us to hopefully get a little bit more sustain. Gotta be careful here. Don't want to be hooked. Oh, man. Do not want to get hooked, Lowko. Okay, I've got my ulti here ready to go. Here we go. Oh no! Oh, what? That was a beautiful push off there by their Pharah, perfectly into the pit. All right, you know, I know a lot of people that make YouTube videos that really dislike what their opponents are doing, and they're like hating on their opponents' moves. But let's be real, that was beautiful. That was extremely well done. I mean, that Pharah must feel pretty good about themselves right now. Anyhow, we gotta make sure we grab the objective once again, though, because otherwise we end up losing here, and that's not what we want. That was cool. I love that. I would have felt so good about myself if I was Pharah in that scenario. I would have felt so good. Anyhow, we're once again back on the objective, and the enemies are not, which is most important in our situation. We may end up dying a couple times, but that is no big deal as long as we end up picking up the victory rate. 87% right now, only a little bit longer, but we do know that all of the enemies are currently here. Oh man, oh man. I could just barely get out of there. Did get a kill on him. Did get a kill on them. Had to be a little bit close there. But we did end up picking up the victory. So very nicely done here by the team. Let's give him the GG. Very, very well done there. And there we are, by the way. Just sitting in our piece. Looks like Soldier76, a buddy of mine, actually ended up getting to play the game, which is pretty dang awesome. There we go. The auto-aim. The auto-aim. Powerful as ever. No Q of the game, though, I guess. So there's that. And he's still actually aiming as well while he's auto-aiming, so that works. But anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you haven't already, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And not only that, I want to thank you all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, and I'll see you in the next one. Boom!